her that yes, I did a couple of odes, and I'm going to do another couple this year. So pin back your luggoles, and I hope you enjoy it. The first one is entitled Isaac Petter. A furrier named Isaac Petter owned a dog, a large red setter. When making up a coat one day, Isaac's dog got in the way, and by mistake the unlucky cur was duly stitched into the fur. The coat was bought by Annie Gunk, who said, "Oh, what a lovely skunk," which only proved she should know better. It was beaver with a dash of setter. It fitted her just like a sack, and while she walked, it scratched her back. Her husband said, "This coat's alive. It answers to the name of Clive. And what is even more absurd, it points to every passing bird. It also demonstrates with ease a quaint affinity for trees." Just then the family butler, Adam, whispered, "Excuse me, madam, although I don't quite see the point, your fur coat swiped the Sunday joint." Annie said, "This coat's not right. We have to let it out at night. And every time it hears a gun, you ought to see me fur coat run. I can't complain, it's rather pleasant. It always comes back with a pheasant." Her husband said, this fur's not fair. It always sits in my best chair. I sat on it, it really got 'em. It went for me and bit me bottom." So her husband threw the coat away, but it walked home again next day. It welcomed him, this fur he'd tricked, thus he was well and truly licked. Thank you. And the second ode this evening is entitled Sonia Snell. This is the tale of Sonia Snell, to whom an accident befell, an accident which may well seem embarrassing in the extreme. It happened, as it does to many, that Sonia had to spend a penny. She entered in with modest grace the properly appointed place, provided at the railway station, and there she sat in meditation. Unfortunately, unacquainted, the woodwork had been newly painted, which made poor Sonia realise her inability to rise. And though she struggled, pulled and yelled, she found she was firmly held. She raised her voice in mournful shout, "Please, someone, come and help me out." Her cries for help then quickly brought a crowd of every kind and sort. They stood around and feebly sniggered, and all they said was, "I'll be jiggered." "God blimey," said the ancient porter, "we ought to soak her off with water." The station master and the staff were more perverse and did not laugh, but lugged at Sonia's hands and feet and could not get her off the seat. The carpenter arrived at last, and finding Sonia still stuck fast, remarked, "I know what I can do," and neatly sawed the seat right through. Sonia arose, only to find a wooden halo on behind. An ambulance came down the street and bore her off, complete with seat, to take the wooden bustled gal off quickly to the hospital. They hurried Sonia off inside after a short but painful ride, and seizing her by heels and head, laid her face down on the bed. The doctors all came on parade to render her immediate aid. A surgeon said, "Upon my word, could anything be more absurd? Have any of you, I implore, seen anything like this before?" "Yes," said a student, unashamed. "Frequently, but never framed." Thank you very much.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached that part of the evening where we feel we've probably given all that we can, reasonably. And so now it is actually your turn. So led by Mr. Birthbauer and his astonishing instrument, and conducted